We are live. All right.
All
Good
right.
evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us in the health show today. Today, we are going to talk about financial opportunities for health workers. So, we have with us in the studio Mr. Nonso. So, can you introduce yourself, Nonso?
All right. My name is Chukunonso. Um, I'm a marketer basically with Globus Bank. I have been working in the banking space for some years now, and I had my first banking experience with Zenith Bank, and went and moved to Globus Bank. So I'm happy to be here. It's a very interesting topic and interesting program, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Nonso, this is a very, very straightforward topic. And, first and foremost, in Nigeria, most of the things people complain about is there is no money, there is no money, there is no money. We need money to do this, we need money to do that. Many persons, when opportunities come to them, especially the health workers in Nigeria, you know, um, they tend to be restrained by one thing, which is money. So I
Yeah.
don't know if you can do a brief intro of whatever financial facilities that you think are available for health professionals, especially those in Nigeria.
Well, when it comes to opportunities for financial opportunities for health workers or financial opportunities for Nigerians, it's basically based on what you can bring. You know, okay, there are two types of. Let me just do some kind of introduction or explanation of this loan thing. There are two ways that loans can be looked at. You know, we can.
Yeah.
There's what they call collateralized loans. That's the one that you provide a collateral that is worth something. Okay,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you can have what we call cash flow lending. Okay, there's cash flow lending. Cash flow lending is when there's what they call retail loans, where, for instance, you have an account with a particular bank, and you've used the account so much, you've built a relationship with that bank, and you've had a lot of money stay in your account, come into your account, leave your account. All these things put together. You have the debit turnover, you have the credit turnover, and you have the average balance over a
Okay.
period. Yes. So let's say you're looking for, let's say, 5 million naira to start up a business, and the bank looks at your credit turnover. That's what has come into your account for the past 6 months. Your debit turnover, what has left your account for the past 6 months, and your average balance, what has slept in your account, money that has stayed overnight in your account for at least some, like the average for the past 6 months. You divide it by the period. So when
Yeah.
they look at all these things and they see that when they give you this 5 million naira, you will not be able to pay. I'm talking about cash flow lending now. That's the one that doesn't require collateral. It's based on trust, based on your track record, based on how you have used an account. You understand? So when they look at this and they find out that you are not worth 5 million naira, you're probably worth maybe 200,000 naira, and you're asking for 5 million naira because the bank is not going to give you ask for a collateral for this loan, it will be difficult for the bank to give you that amount. Okay,
Okay.
that's for what they call cash flow lending. Now there's what they call the collateralized loans that require collateral. If a collateral is required for a loan, for instance, that means, let's say you have a landed property that is worth about, let's say, 20 million naira, and you're asking the bank for 10 million naira. So the bank will now get what they call valuers to look at the property, the worth of the property, the present worth of the property. Okay. So when they look at the worth of the property and they find out that the amount he's asking for is probably 50% of the cost of the property, and he would like to pay back, but he doesn't want to lose the property to the bank. Okay. So when they look at that, they will now give you the loan based on that after looking at other factors, of course. Terms and conditions do apply in all these things. So that is the one that requires the collateral. So, so these are basically the two ways that the bank can offer you a loan. Of course, there are some special relationships that can bring about another a loan. That's when your salary account, for instance, you work in the state civil service, the salary account is domiciled with a particular bank, and because let's say you earn 100,000 naira a month, the bank can give you one third of your monthly salary spread across 12 months. You understand? For instance, you earn 100,000 naira. The bank can give you about 33,000 naira. You can give you 33,000 naira times 12. Do you get that?
Yes,
So
I
the
did.
loan you can get if your salary is domiciled or you receive your salary in a particular bank, and the bank, for instance, my bank, if you are in the state civil service, my bank gives out loans uh, to you at a very low rate, you know, a very low interest, the lowest in the market. So we give you that loan, one third of your salary, monthly salary multiplied by 12 months, and you have 3 years to pay back. So that is a very good product. That's another type of loan where it's backed by your salary because we know that you will definitely receive a salary every month. And we will not want to mount so much financial burden on you by taking more than one third of your salary per month. So that is a product that you can also explore if you are a state civil servant and you are your salary is domiciled in my bank.
Okay, so basically, you're saying that most of the facilities that you have for health professionals, especially those persons who wants to access financial help, we have to either come through collateral or cash flow,
Yes.
and then with all of these facilities you mentioned, what are the conditions? What are the conditions of repayment? What are the interest rates and that are available?
Okay.
Are there anything different from what we find from other conventional banks out there?
Well, the interest rate for my bank is 17%. You pay 1% for management fee. That's 18%. Most other banks that you have out there will take 20% from you. So you can imagine the difference. 4% is a lot when you spread it across months and multiply it by the amount that you're taking. So
Okay,
basically, that is something that you can enjoy. Yes. So the loan rate is very, very friendly and something that you should look into. It's very
okay,
friendly when you compare it to what you have paid somewhere else. Yes, and the
okay,
process is very seamless.
okay.
But then
So
again, for you to,
okay,
the thing is, okay,
no,
the
no,
thing
go
with
on.
loans is that you have to build a relationship. You have to have built a relationship with a particular bank or a branch. You know, you have to have a particular relationship. When you have a bank that you work with and you have built your credit with for a long time, then you can approach them. Try to, you see, it's just about a lot of people have money spread across many banks, and they don't have a particular bank that they are loyal to. So when you look at all the money spread across every bank, they do have money, they have the capacity to pay. But because their money, they are not focused on a particular brand or bank, by the time they now come for a loan and they look at their history, they find that it's not good enough for the amount they're asking for. So it's good to
Oh,
focus your financial your finances in one bank that you want to get a loan from. When you do that, chances are when you approach the bank for a loan, you will get it because your track record in that account will stand for you. You understand? So that's
okay,
basically what people should do. You can't have five bank accounts. You're spending your money everywhere. You see here today, you see here tomorrow, and at the end of the day, none of these banks are good enough for any good enough amounts that you may be wanting to use to expand your business. So that is something that people should look at. Try
so
to
so so how
focus on
how
a
long how
particular
long
bank
do you
that is
think
friendly to you.
for starters, how long do you think is enough time to build a relationship?
Yes. So the 6 months period is what the bank looks at whenever they are looking at your turnover. They look at 6 months turnover. If your turnover for 6 months is good enough, then you can get a good loan.
Okay. Okay. Now for persons who are we have so many young health professionals who are trying to leave the country, and they blame it on one or two reasons. So for persons like that who are just starting out, maybe they just come out of school and they for example, a pharmacist who needs to set up a pharmacy, are there any special how do you, are there any special facilities for them,
Consideration.
or considerations, or do you think when you are considering them for loans, you have to check their history from maybe while they were still a student till when they graduate, or how do you do that? How do you do that for them?
Okay, here's the thing. I'll be very upfront with you. The the thing about loans is that the bank is in the business of making money. Loans are taken from the surplus to the deficit. That's one of the functions of banks. You take from those who have excess but have nothing to do with it, and give it to those who don't have but have a lot to do with it.
Okay.
So the ones that give us the money will want to ask for it at some point, you know. And so it's moving from the deficit to the surplus to the deficit. So we have to make sure that the monies are safe. It's a risk. Giving a loan to someone is a risk. Okay. So, but we need something. I know it's all good to give considerations to young people. It makes a lot of sense and all that. But we have to at least give us something to work with. You understand?
Okay.
So they have to give us. There must be something. There must be an existing relationship. If we even accept bank statements from other banks, that should, like if you bring a bank statement and say, I want a loan from this bank, but I'm using this other bank, here's my record, it's something we can look at as well. So that's basically it. So a lot of products are coming up in my bank, and these products are geared towards making life simpler and easier for Nigerians who want to secure loans out there. And you mentioned something for those who are going abroad as well. Um, for someone who wants to go abroad, we know that there's this challenge of having funds and all that, proof of fund and all that. So we do offer some level of assistance to, to people who want to go abroad and require some form of funds to be in their accounts before they are allowed to travel. So that's something you should also look at. We do this through agents of the bank who are into lending. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask a quick question. When it talks
Yeah.
about collateral and the relationship, which of them is quite important? Do you value collateral more than relationship, or if, for example, if I have a relationship with the bank for up to 2 years, and then or I have a collateral, a landed property, which of them holds more weight, and which of them is likely to give me more funds?
Okay. Well, there are different types of loans. Okay, and
Yeah.
the kind of loan will determine. For instance, the cash flow lending I talked about cannot give you so much. Cannot give you so much. But
The cash what?
collateralized
Come
loans
again?
can give you the cash flow lending, the one that looks
Okay.
at your
Okay.
track record, your inflow and outflow. They cannot give you so much. There's a limit to the amount that you can get based on that. But we can give you a lot more when you have a collateral. Okay. But basically,
Yeah.
a young pharmacist who wants to establish a pharmacy shop, they require maybe 5 million naira or 2 million naira, as the case may be. And so those ones can be given to you based on your track record in the accounts that you have previously. So that's something
Okay.
you can also look at.
So, and what kind of collaterals do you accept?
Okay, basically it's landed properties. Okay, there's landed property. Okay, there's another one. Let's say a pharmacist already has an established pharmacy and wants to expand. Okay, and
Okay.
wants to like buy more products, expand his shop. There's another type of collateral where you look at the inventory of the shop, of the pharmacy shop. Okay, and we now basically we own the inventory for that period until the loan is repaid. You get that?
Okay. Yeah.
So we look at the shop. Let's say your inventory is worth maybe 2 million naira, and your basically the inventory has to exceed the amount you're asking for. Let's say you want 1.5 million naira. and you have 2 million naira inventory in a pharmacy shop. So basically, the bank will now own that inventory for the duration when you owe the bank until you repay. So we are looking at what you have in the shop and using it to back the loan. Okay.
Oh,
And the other types
oh,
of loans that we also have, there are people who, there's what they call treasury bills. Okay. Let's say you have a fixed deposit or a treasury bill with a bank, and let's say you have maybe 10 million naira treasury bill or fixed deposit with the bank. So we can use that as a collateral for the loan you're asking for. So, but that is for those who have a lot of money to save, and but they don't want to. They just want to get extra money to do business while they have their fixed deposit running.
oh, okay. Okay. So, okay, thank you very much. Someone just sent me a message and asked this
Okay.
question. I'll read it. I'll read it out for you. It says,
All right.
Globus Bank is quite new to in Edo State. What exactly stands your bank out from other financial institutions?
Wow, great question. Thank you very much for that. Globus Bank is a foremost digital bank. As you can see, we, we have a branch in Benin for now, and we are building more branches um, within and outside the state. But the fact is, we don't leverage so much on physical structures, we leverage on technology. So we're not looking at having so many branches like we have other traditional banks have. We want to leverage on technology where on the go you can get your problem solved. You don't need to come to the bank and do a lot of things. You can do all these things in your mobile app. You can do all these things. You are keeping a call across. So any your account officer, but basically on your mobile app, search cell is for looking at. So we're not dwelling so much on the brick and mortar structures that you have around. We're dealing on technology. Technology. That's what we're leveraging on. So that is something that stands us out. Our loan rate stands us out. We have a very good loan rate, like I said. Other banks charge you 22% per annum, while we charge you 17 to 18%. Our fixed deposit rate is also good. You keep your money with us, you get a better deal for your money. We also have very good savings rates. The general savings based on the CBN MPC is 1.15%. They have a very good product called a high yield savings account where you get 3.75 per annum on your savings. Yes. And we have, like I said, we have loans for civil servants that can be spread across 3 years of repayment. If you have any civil servant who needs a loan, any civil servant in a those states who needs loan, can refer them to us and we'll give them or her a loan that will benefit them. Any civil servant at all, just tell them to come to Globus Bank. And also, we offer um, 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 support for those who want to travel abroad and need proof of funds. We offer support through our agents. So if you know anyone who wants to go abroad and needs that bulk sum of maybe 15 million, 10 million, 25 million to be in their accounts, we offer that support for our customers. So if you have anyone that has such a need, you can also tell them to come to us and they'll be glad to give. Also, we have a very good banking system. Most apps you require an ATM card to get registered and all that, and all the stress that goes with it. But our mobile app is a very, very good one that you can always get registered without the hassles of having an ATM card, especially for those who live abroad who want to have access to their phones. Also, we are a new and modern 21st century bank that we are very open to innovations. So as we go, we keep improving, and that's something that Nigerians will be proud of in the years to come. We are new, but we're a fully licensed commercial bank. You know, at some point there'll be new banks in Nigeria. Most of the banks we have now that you know about are at least 30 years old. So this is
Yeah.
a new generation of banks that have come up. About 30 new banks have come up recently, and Globus Bank is the fastest spreading bank among them. So we have come about with this strategy to give our customers a enduring service that will make them to always come back to us and make us a preferred financial institution. So these are some of the things that we have to offer. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Nam. So, if
yeah.
you are watching the channel,
Thank you.
kindly kindly subscribe. If you are here for the first time, subscribe and like and share these videos to any persons you think will benefit from the information being shared here. So, before I ask my one of my last questions, there's a question from one of our viewers here. So I don't know if you can see it on your screen, Mr. Nonso.
Okay. So what about private employees whose statements shows credit of monthly salary? Are there loan or fast for them? Okay. So what about private employees? Of course,
Yeah.
it's not just government establishments that we give loans to. We give loans
Okay.
to private individuals too who don't work in. Anybody can come. It's just that we have a particular product for civil servants. So our doors are open to everyone. I hope
Okay.
that answers the question.
Okay, so it means private employee who have steady flows of monthly salary, and then when it's being tracked, can you classify those same persons as civil servants?
No, we're not classifying them as civil servants. We're classifying them as individuals who seek for loans. But
Okay,
then again, we're open to these innovations. You see, let's say a big private institution that has a relationship with my bank that says that you know that their staff require loans. We can have a particular product for them. Okay, we can
okay,
have products
okay,
for everybody. Yes.
okay,
So
okay,
we can have special concessions of uh, considerations for institutions. Any established institution that is well known out there that their staff require loans, they can come as a body and say, this is what we need, and we can offer it to them.
okay. So thank you very much, Mr. Non. So really appreciate your time. We appreciate
Yeah.
the time, and then I want to just ask one thing clear. So as relates to health workers, especially the pharmacists, you
Yeah.
you you actually you much actually made it clear that um, a business, a young pharmacist who wants to start a pharmacy, you will need a collateral from them, or you will need a relationship with them.
Yes. You
Either
need
of
a
those two.
relationship. A relationship has to be established. And the
Okay.
collateral, if for a landed property, you must have CFO. That means
Okay.
certificate of occupancy that this
Okay.
is your property. And your property will be valued by valuers. By the time this
Oh,
property is valued and you know the amount, they will give you 50% of the amount of the collateral you're presenting, for instance.
okay. So is it a landed property like a land, or there must be a building in it?
The is not necessarily a building. It can be a land,
Oh,
it can be a full-blown house, like an erected structure, or
okay.
anything. As long as it has value, you can look at it basically landed property.
All right, all right. Thank you very much. If you are watching, thank you for tuning in. I want you to kindly subscribe if you are here for the first time, and turn on the notification bell. We usually do this every Sunday. We invite guests. Today we have Mr. Nuso, a representative from Globus Bank, Nigeria. Lastly, before we go, how long will it take to disburse your loan? If for example someone applies now, there are stories
Um,
of the reason I ask this question because there are stories of some persons who say they applied for loan 2 months ago, 3 months ago, until now they've not heard anything from the bank. So how's it?
well, as long as everything checks out, your loan can be disbursed in 2 to 3 weeks or even less than that. So,
Oh,
as long as everything, it depends on the type of loan. If it's
okay,
a loan that requires value of collateral, it can take some time, okay, because
oh,
it's a long process. But definitely within a month, you get your loan.
okay, okay. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
If you are watching,
Yeah. Apart
okay,
from, okay, sorry. Apart from
no,
that,
no,
we seek for relationships as apart from the fact that for those who need loans and all that. We also are a bank that you enjoy banking with, having an account with us and doing business with us. like the normal account that you use for transactions. We have a very good mobile app that doesn't have the network challenges that a lot of the apps that you have today do have. So we don't experience a lot of banks with too much yeah, network switched up and it's so difficult for them to um, for customers to transact seamlessly. So, but we have a very, very good application that offers you a smooth operation that you will enjoy. So, apart from the fact that people need businesses, need loans, we're also open to customers coming through. Okay, I know this. We have a lot of health workers watching right now, so you can come. Our doors are open to everyone, and you never know in the future it may require us to give you a facility or a loan that will benefit you. This is the best time. Just like you said, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. If you don't have an account with us, this is the good time for you to open an account with us, and maybe in the future you may require our assistance in terms of granting you a facility to expand your business or some other thing. We are open to that as well. So just bear that in mind, and we're looking forward to hearing from most of you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. No. So, if you're watching for the first time, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you can get subsequent alert from us when we do our trainings like this. All right. I think you have answered this question before, but we have another question on the screen. But what about a startup pharmacy with no cash flow record and stock, but a landed property? Um, I think you answered this question.
Yeah, basic, yeah, you have to have a CFO for the property. That means the property has to belong to you. Okay,
Okay.
and
And then you mentioned something
property
of
has to be
50%
valued
valued. Yeah, 50% of the value.
of the yeah. So at least so that's something that you can look at. It has to be yours. You have to have a CFO, and then the value, the loan that you require must not exceed a particular percentage of the value of the land.
All right. All right. Okay, there is another question here. Sorry, we are supposed to round up by now, but let's take this question.
It's fine.
Can I open a domiciliary account with you guys? If yes, how does it work?
Okay, yes, you can open domiciliary account with us. We have we have dollar, pounds, and euro domiciliary accounts. Yes. So what is required for a domiciliary account, apart from your NEPA bill, ID card, and passport photograph, we also require two references. References, that means two people that have current accounts or domiciliary accounts in any commercial bank in Nigeria, or even business accounts, corporate accounts, any commercial bank in Nigeria have to reference you to like show that they know you and talk about your character, and all that. Just a very simple reference form signed by them. And you also have to have at least $100, £100, or €100, depending on what you want to open. So, and even though you want to open all three accounts, at least provide 100 dollar, pounds, or euro for us to save the account. Yes, you can open a domiciliary account with us. And our domiciliary account, you can also transact on a mobile app on domiciliary account. You get a domiciliary, a dollar card, a pound card, a euro card. The amount that you can, for instance, if you have a Naira card, I was trying to pay my ACCA subscription recently with my Naira card, and I found that I could only do £6, and I had £116 to pay. I could only pay £6 with my Naira card until I did that on my with my dollar card, and I was able to pay. So because you have a limit to your spending on your Naira card, if you want to do international transactions. But with a dollar card, you can do as much as you want to do. So that's something that you should look for. Most everybody should have a domiciliary account. It's a very good way to save. And if you have a domiciliary account, for instance, this is just financial education. If you have a domiciliary account, for instance, recently the dollar has, even though we're not happy about it, the dollar has uh, grown against the naira so much. I think it was 607 naira the last time I checked. So imagine you bought it at the rate of 540 naira some months back, and now you decide to withdraw it and go to the black market and cash out. You get extra money, extra value for your money. So saving in dollars is a very good way to save. Saving in naira will depreciate your money at this time, even though we're not happy to save it, but saving in dollars is a wiser way to save your money.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Nonso. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this information you've shared for every one of us. So, if you're a pharmacist and you're watching, you kindly go to Globus Bank, anyone close to you, and register, open your account just in case, because you never know. You'll never know when you need their services. That will take care of the relationship aspect, and then so that when it's time to maybe get yourself a pharmacy or start up a business, you can easily walk to the bank and then build on that relationship for your business. So, Mr. Noso, I don't know, will you be comfortable sharing your contact number for anyone who wants to reach out to you personally?
Definitely,
Or all
you
right,
can
all
share
right.
my
So,
number. Yeah.
someone who asks, how do we contact you without going to the bank? Is this a very lazy person? He doesn't want to come to the bank.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
So, are
I
you
can always forward the yes, I can forward the PDF document for account opening. You do
okay?
everything and scan back to me. You don't even need to
All
come to
right.
the bank.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Henry Chibuezio, kindly subscribe if you have not. And then Mr. Chinosuke, I don't know, can you call out your phone number on the screen, or is it something
Okay. My number.
or are you
My
comfortable doing
number
that?
is yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So
All right.
070
Okay.
070 3461 4201.
Okay.
Hope you
So
got
we
that.
have, yes, 070-3461, right?
42. Yeah.
34614. Come again. Call it last.
Three 070 3461
Okay.
4201.
All right. Thank you very much. So whoever is listening,
You
if
can
you
chat me
missed
up
any,
on
repeat it.
WhatsApp too.
Yeah, if someone is listening, if you
Yeah.
missed it, just kindly rewind and then you get the contact of Mr. and so on, so you can get your Globus Bank facility or project ongoing. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for staying with us for this 30 minutes. We're back here same time next week with a different guest and say bye bye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.